Guess what? Flame is back, but not for another playing through the entire world. He's not going to, you know, complete the game in a second, but he is going to do some fun stuff with us. Oh, yeah, he got 2 new friends with us, and he was playing around with the water bolt. I don't know why his name's. You know, he likes to enjoy his life too. It's a material. I'm gonna take this back. So, Flame had a dream. He had a dream of becoming the best band. So, he left his house. He left his house. Closed his door. Jumped on top of his house to walk over to the other side. As jumping over little puddles of water on his little cloud house, he went to a rainbow bridge from the Martian platforms and cloud slime banners, rainbow torches, and nice rainbow campfires. As he walked over to his best friend's house that lived fairly close by. As he walked up the stairs and dodged a couple more water puddles and fell in one, he knocked on his friend's door. But there is no one home. So he was worried, so he found the key underneath his mattress, has his welcome mat, and he went inside, and he wasn't there. Yep, seems normal. He must have taken his other gear with him. He must be on an adventure. I'm sure he won't mind me taking his swiftness potion. It's a material after all. So he walks outside his house. And he walks across the bridge again. Because it's so beautiful and I want to see it twice. So he walks over. And he's like, man, we are so close to space. It even says on my phone that we're in space. So then he walks over to his little hut. Jumps a couple more water puddles. And notices that something is missing. I'm Flame. Why am I playing with water toys? So he goes in. And he takes his stuff with him to go on an adventure of greatness and glory. As he jumps over his house and lands on the Martian platforms, he sprints across as fast as he can and goes towards the edge. He notices that he still has that newbie spider thing. So he reached into his black hole pocket backpack and he reaches out. And he reaches out to get an intense flame dye. He likes it, so he jumps off the cliff. And survives. So then he looks at the doom pit and he's like, I remember the first time I went down here, I died. So then he walks over and he's like, man, I am famous now. I must be great. So then, as he hammers away at this ugliness, he said, "It isn't that ugly. It's just out of place." And he wonders why, whenever he walks over something, plants grow. Plants grow wherever he walks. And he thinks that he's very lucky. And then he jumps over his fall to the underworld. He remembers that day when he first introduced himself to the wall of flesh and succeeded on his first try. He remembers when he was all newbie and died lots of times. No idea how this got here. He remembers when he first made this, where he didn't have any jump boosting things while he fought the Eye of Cthulhu and many other bosses here. He jumps over, he meets the guide in the tavern's keep, Danny Moo, and frick, I hate how I do that, it ruins the moment. Where's my freaking, okay. And he walks over to Ryan and tells him that he is going to make a band. So then after denying about 14 times, he asks the Danny Moo, and then he goes to a shop and then notices that his crap is very expensive and he'll never buy it from him ever again. So then he walks over, walks through someone's house impolitely, and walks through another person's house impolitely, and goes downstairs for some reason, and then talks to the healing person and tell her to heal, but she won't. He's very discouraged, so he goes downstairs. And he's like, and then he thinks, I want to tell the world. They may believe that none of these chests actually have much in them. And most people are right. Some of these chests still hold when he first started and fought the Eater of Worlds, and he still hasn't ditched them yet. Even the Ball of Chain, the Wall of Flesh fight. Even the weak Amazon, the bee gun, icy shards, Tommy gun, many other newbie things from a while ago. And everyone wonders why he hasn't dumped a lot of his stuff yet. Takes out his party sensor and then plans for something later. He goes to his one chest. They don't have anything in them. So then, and then he teleports to the guide and asks, what does this swiftness potion do? And then, he cheats in the hero potion because he's too lazy to get anything himself. Then he talks to the guide about the water bolt. Then he can make the tears of heaven and the water spear. So he makes both. So then he cheats both of them because he's too lazy to get anything himself now because he's technically done everything. And it could be hard for a 16-hour-old person to do all this. He tests them out. He thinks they're pretty cool. But he says, not as cool as him. Then he remembers how everyone disbelieved how none of his chests got filled up here. Now he still has noob gear.
Then he walks over, goes downstairs, walks over to his secret switch, to his secret laboratory. Something has been opened up. He knows exactly what this opens up, but he's not sure that any of you guys know what happened. And then he walks through the doors of people's houses. And then he goes on his phone. I look down at my iPod. And then he walks through people's houses. Because he's a douchebag. And then he's too lazy, so he goes up and flies through everyone's face. And then he teleports to this guy and takes 5 gold. And then he teleports downstairs again. And then he skips past these two. And then that one, I guess. He feels like he's complete. And he's done everything that he could possibly do in this world. Then he thinks something that he's been thinking. That all my barding equipment is inside that very room. Then he mines away at this. He says it's good enough. And then he mines away at this. Because he doesn't know why that's here. And then he thinks of how he used to be killed, how he got killed once by ice wolves. As he takes a spin through the air with the sandstorm buff in his bundle of balloons, he remembers how he had to go inside that dune to get him. As he jumps over, he goes past this hollow area, which looks very beautiful. He keeps on walking. He keeps on walking. He fixes another area because it doesn't look right. He likes doing that. If something doesn't look right, he just fixes it. Like Fix It Felix does. Then he discovers a hidden shrine where the hero's sword spawns. He remembers making this hole. Not the broken hero sword. It's merely a dud. But he walks over to this opening. Remembers he forgot to put on his boots and that's why he fell into the water. He walks over. And he walks over to a secret area he made. He sees the door that he's opened up. Right here. Right to his left. Then he notices that he forgot that there is also another switch. But he merely remembers where it is. He teleports back outside. And equips his boots. As he walks the dunes, he remembers his fight with the lunatic cultist. Look, they're back. Isn't that exciting? He doesn't want to harm them. They're doing their thing, and he respects that. And then he flies over to the meteorite crash. To the crimson pits that are not filled with crimson anymore. And then he finds another one of these things. Okay. I hope he stops soon. Because this is really getting annoying. Come on, you need to find your thing. Stop. Why? Okay, whatever. You know, as long as he doesn't do this later, he's fine. And then he hates how fast he moves. Okay. Then he finds the second switch right next to the Duke, or the Duke Fishtron arena, and where he fought the Moon Lord. And then he enables the cheats and mine his way out of this as well. Come on, dude, can you do anything better in your spare time? I know you took the drill containment unit and like drilled away at that, but come on. And how'd you even get the drill containment unit? I haven't even fought in the Martian invasion yet. And you need to do that and able to get the drill containment unit. Whatever. He has an infinite backpack. So and then he quickly flies over. And then he remembers how he stole his sister's cloak thing and just dyed it again. Frost. Anyway, he goes down. Back to his thing. Then he goes over. De-equipped his boots because they're annoying. Walks. Then he notices that it's open now. He goes inside. And then he finds his secret chest room where he kept all of his dirt, all of his ore, everything that he's ever gotten. All of it. All of it is inside all these chests. Even the chest that he got from the vampiric knives. He has it. He walks over and remembers all those good times. And when he started making this thing. He walks over to the final chests and grabs the equipment he needs to make all his Bardica stuff. He wants to be neat and he doesn't want to mess up everything that's already laid down for him. So he takes it and puts it in his inventory exactly how it was in the chest. Because he does not want to accidentally mess up the orders. He already has a couple of instruments for his band, but he wants more. He wants more. And he also found a platinum coin. Then he finds his other chest, and then he goes through his other two chests. Yeah, there's lots of fish in here. And then this chest is somehow empty with only stone slabs and lava buckets. But he has a plan for that later. So he takes that as well. He closes it. And he knows that people aren't going to come and visit anytime soon. So he teleports to the side of his house because he doesn't want to feel like he's a big cheater. And he goes over here. And he wants to set up something big. So he gets it out of his hair. It's not that big, but it is, like, new. And it is revolutionizing. He sets it up. And everyone's thinking at home, what is this? It's just a fire. It's just a lava pit. Yeah, but it's very important to him. He throws away the slabs, and then he creates a platform out of nowhere. Then he goes through. And he mines out the inside. It's gotta be interesting, right? This looks like a big, revolutionizing machine. If you know what it is, exactly. Then he notices that's way too much lava. Then he takes about a bunch of buckets and empties it for some odd reason. Because apparently it wasn't good enough. He takes another stone slab, and then he places it down. Then he hammers at the things once. Twice. 3 times. Yeah, just twice. Because apparently he messed up the first time. So then, his trap is all ready and set to go. Now he's just waiting for some idiot to fall for it. Because he knows that some people are really stupid. This was really easy for him to set it up. And it's 100% foolproof. Everyone's stupid. So then he's done and he teleports over here. He sets up the party machine. And he drinks his hero potion. And he notices that he's OP for 15 seconds. Takes all of his stuff. And he goes downstairs. Then he makes his first revolutionizing thing that he's ever created in his entire life. The best item ever. Nobody can guess its importance in the world. He made some bongos. He made a wooden whistle. He made a shade wood tambourine. He notices that he's not done. He goes to the other side. He scrolls down the list of things to craft. He notices something really cool, but he doesn't make it. But he wants to make something appropriate for his newfound gear. So he makes himself the Balladier's outfit. And he equips it on himself. And takes off his familiar clothing. He's kind of grim. And it looks weird. So he puts back on his thing. Nah, just for this now. He's gonna take it off and show it off. And his diet looks evil. And then he messes up. He goes down. He makes the Midnight Bass Booster. He makes the Rockstar's Double Bass Blast Guitar. He makes the Terrarium Auto Harp. He makes the Trombone. Jelly yet? And he walks over to the anvil. And he makes the golden bugle horn. He makes a pan flute. And a granite, boombox. He believes he is missing one other thing. And he doesn't know how to combine it. He believes he has to go to his distant altar. He believes he has to go to a distant altar. So he teleports over. And then he makes the inspiration crystals. So he feels really cool. And that he can play songs even more. And he makes the Song of Ice and Fire. He has completed his quest in making the best musical instruments ever. He uses the inspiration crystals to make him a better bard. He goes back and turns on the party machine. Everyone's having a party. He goes up to the top and he spawns in a bunch of like poppers. I don't know what they're called. All around me. But then he remembers that he has a platinum coin. So he goes over to the party lady. What's this? He wonders what this is. Confetti cannon. He notices that the confetti cannon is ridiculous. And everyone believes him that it's ridiculous. So then he buys some of the confettis. And he buys a couple smoke bombs. And gets some confetti just because. He believes that's the ammo you use for the cannon. He teleports on the roof. And he steals Theodore's money. But he also places down the cannon of hope. He shoots the cannons. The crowd goes wild. Ah! He uses all of his confetti as he excited for his newfound journey. of being the best magician. He throws some smoke bombs because apparently those are still legal. They fall down, but luckily the people down there will have fun. He shoots some of his hands confetti guns and has lots and fun. Lots and lots of fun. It's a party going on, but I was the one that was throwing the party this time. Throw some confettis downstairs because he knew people would like it. And he destroys the cannon and deletes it instantly. But then he shoots out his meow mirror. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So he tries out his wooden whistle. It's the most beautiful sound he's ever heard. Doesn't whistles sound really beautiful? It doesn't do a lot of damage. So then he switches over to his bongos. They're pretty cool. It like emits an invisible shockwave to harm enemies. And then he gets his pan flute, which is really cool, and he likes it a lot. He takes his bugle horn. And then he plays it like a boss. It's really slow. He says it's really slow and isn't the best thing for him. And he takes out his tambourine. And then he throws it like it's a chocoram or something. He says it's a little boring and he expected a little more. So then he takes out his trombone. And then he thinks about the bad skeleton puns from Undertale. Then he plays it and he knows how expensive it is to shoot it. Then he notices that a laser comes out of the trombone for some freaking reason. And he thinks that's pretty cool, how a laser just comes out. He takes the boombox. That hurt my ears, actually. Oh, freak. Okay, And then he plays the boombox and it really hurts his ears, so he throws it away instantly. And then he picks up the bass booster. And he thinks it's just like the dubstep gun, so he likes it. Then he gets the Song of Ice and Fire. He thinks it's really cool, so he keeps it with him. He takes the Terraria. Yeah, he takes the Rockstar's Double Bass. It reminds him of when he used to play Guitar Hero. It's really powerful, but he thinks it's really slow. But he still thinks it's pretty cool. He takes the Terrarium Auto Harp and he plays it like a boss. He thinks it's the coolest weapon he's ever used. And then he decides that should be my magic weapon. He likes them. He likes his new magic weapon. So then he throws away. He does not throw away because he notices how hard he worked on it. He goes back to his distant chest room. And he remembers it's full of crap, so he comes back and finds an empty chest, because that's pretty easy to do. And he dumps all of his stuff. And then he sees the things he used to make his thing still in here. He puts in his newfound instruments. And then he keeps his auto harp because he likes it, and it's pretty cool. He doesn't plan on wearing the armor for long. Then he notices it only decreases his power by 1 defense, but it makes his health be higher. You know, he is really excited. So he puts his armor back in and his familiar clothing back on. Actually, he puts it back in. He likes showing his hair though, because it flows with the wind. But then he remembers he doesn't like to, so he puts it back. Now he's all grimmed out. People will know him as the Grim. Creepy name. So he goes back to his chest room. And he sees all these fish. So he loots all the fish. And then he teleports back. Upstairs. And then he's looking for the angler. He finds his house. Then he notices, man, only 1 quest a day? So he goes and he knows exactly where to look. Not really. I actually forgot where. I forgot where he bought his crap. No. He goes to the cobbler and he asks, yeah, sure, shine my shoes, boy. He talks to the alchemist. And he finds angler amnesia potions. And he's like, I could use this to my advantage. So and then he buys every amnesia potion he possibly can. He knows he just wasted it. He just wasted pretty much everything. He drinks the potion and it works. He drinks it again. It works again. He drinks it again. It works. Drinks it again. It works. He drinks it again. He notices that he doesn't have it. And he goes to his other chests. And he looks for the scabbard. And he finds it. He teleports back. Talks to him, gets it. Drinks another potion, talks to him, gets it. Drinks another one, talks to him, gets it. Drink. Then he has to find the fish of Cthulhu. He teleports back to the room, thinking that he has one of these. And luckily he does. He goes back because he's cheap. And he does it. Drinks. Then he talks to him again. And then so many freaking NPCs. He drinks it. Then he wants another scabbard fish. And he wonders if he could just drink another one and he'll forget all about it. He wants a harpy fish. He remembers he does have one of these. Then he finds the chest next door. And then he doesn't put anything in it. He uses this chest to put all of his crap that he doesn't need right here. And then he can sell it later for some reason. He goes back. He tries to collect, like... Then he collects them. Then empties out the ones on the top. He goes back over because he's really cheap. And then he wishes he didn't have that stupid crap that makes him go for it anyway. He gets it, he drinks it, gets it. A bunny fish. He thinks he might have one of these. He does. And it's literally the one he just threw away. He gets it, drinks it. He wants so many of these things. Drinks it again. Drinks it again. He goes back to his chest again. No, says, I can't get that crap. Stop bugging me, boy. Drinks it. He goes back to his thing over here. He gets a stupid harpy fish. He goes down to the chest again. And he puts stuff in there that he's going to sell. Because he's cheap like that. He goes back up. And he's like, oh, sorry. Apparently there's a thing called a fork fish. And sadly, I don't have one of those. Okay, let's go back over here. Sorry. I should drink this. There you go. And he goes over and dumps crap in here again. He forgot what he wanted. Oh yeah, penguin fish. Okay. Let's go get a penguin fish. I'm gonna put anything in here that is already not in here. Slime fish. A warver tail. Yay, okay. Let's go back over here. Awesome catch. No, 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 batfish! Was that really attractive? There is no batfish, boy. Why are you always lying? Oh my god. Okay. Drink. Come on, why is there... What's a dirt fish anyway? Apparently I don't have... Apparently I got no of that. I ain't got none of that. This kid's picky. Supposed to be... I'm supposed to do like 200 of these. I know exactly where to find that. In this chest, right here. Jewel fish, right? He takes a couple of random fish back. He goes all the way back. And then he notices that that one guy that he sold all that stuff to got really rich. And then he dumps all of his crap here. Apparently, wooden piranha fish are really unattractive. I mean, who doesn't want a piranha fish? Like, a fish that's a piranha. That's totally how. Are you happy for my English? There's a dynamite fish? Oh, I already knew that. But it's weird. Okay. Teleport's over once again. Notice how boring this is getting. He gets a couple. He can get most of them. Where'd he go? Oh. I can't believe this potion actually works. I got the bottomless water. No way. Stop wanting that fish so badly. You're a crazy kid. I got all the fish. What? Oh. Now you take it. Okay. The Eye of Cthulhu. The Eater of Plankton. That's funny. You will be my friend. Come on, be my friend. Thank you. I got like 38 more of these things. Dude, I have tons of fish. Just ask for the right one, please. Thank you. I drank another. No, I drank too many. Come on, dude, I got so much fish. Just accept it. I do have some really good stuff. Come on, I got really good fish. Come on, bro. One last one. You better get this one. Nope. Superheroes over a sponge. Capable of soaking up endless amounts of water. A fish costume. Why did I get so many mermaid things? You got the bottomless water. But it's a bottomless. It told bottomless. You cannot argue with bottomless. Put that in my house. Put that in my house, though. And he throws every single fish away. And you wish that he can just go and put it away into another chest. But all his chests are full. And he regrets it all away. He just notices that he just wasted a bunch of time. And he does not want to do anything again. Wait, he has a bottomless water bucket. That means he can make his river on the left absolutely big and tall. And if he wanted to at any moment, he could just delete it all and flood his world. He has evil plans. And you know he's going to use them really soon. He's got some evil plans. Stay tuned.